welcome to another edition of the Books You Can Sink Your Teeth Into podcast. I am your host, Granite A. Miller, and we are back. We're back in the studio after doing a little bit of traveling and some on-site interviews, which I hope you all enjoyed. I know I certainly did, but it is good to be back, and we are here today, coming to you from the studio. You notice that I actually have a pug hat on, and I've got a pug shirt here. See that pug with the glasses? Let me put this down a little bit. You can see see that pug with the sunglasses. And the reason for the attire is that today we're going to be taking a look at two children's books that I've done. They are called the Pocket Pug series. I will have the links showing up on the top over here, like I usually do. And you can get them on Amazon. I'm going to flash now the two covers for the two, and here they are. And so the first one, this is the very first one I did. So, children's book. It's called The Pocket Pug, and it's Adventures of Shiloh. And Shiloh is a real pug. I'm going to get her here if she'll cooperate. Come here, Shiloh. Come here, baby. Come on. Okay. And here she is. This is Shiloh. Say hi to everybody. Look at the camera. There she is. So, hi, baby. Oh, she's a good girl. So, Shiloh is about 4 years old, and she's been with us ever since she was a baby. We do have a rescue pug, and we have another pug, Sherlock, whom I'm sure you've heard in the background guarding the house when we get supposed intruders. So, okay. So anyway, we're going to talk about the book. So I'm going to flash up the book one more time. So that was little Shiloh, and this is Shiloh on the book. Now, on this is the very first one that I did, the Pocket Pug, and these were I drew the pictures that you'll see in here. Let me see if I can just so there's a sample of, and basically I did the sketches, and then I had the graphic designer fill them in digitally. And then on the second book, I actually had a graphic designer do the images themselves, so you can actually see a great improvement in the images that are in the book. But it's really good, great, nice little stories for kids. And the first one, the first book, we talk about Shiloh. She's born, and then she meets her new dad, which happens to be me, and she was so small that she was able to fit in my pocket, which actually was true. It's kind of cute, and that's why I came up with the name Pocket Pug. And so in her first adventure, she leaves her mom and her brothers and sisters, and comes home and enjoys her new father and her new house, and they go to the park and they meet some other dogs, and she helps a big scary dog who everybody's so scared of, and she actually helps the big dog out, and become friends. And so it's a nice little story. And the second book, Shiloh the Pocket Pug Goes Fishing, again based on a real adventure she and I had when we went fishing together, which was a lot of fun. And in here, she gets to go out on a boat. She gets to meet with birds and fishes and crabs, and has a lot of fun at the beach and playing in the water and all. So, very nice children's book. And anyway, I hope you will buy it and take a read, and hopefully your kids will enjoy it, because that was the whole intent, was for the young ones to enjoy the story. So I am working on a third Pocket Pug book. It is not going to reveal everything right now, but again, it's Shiloh, and in this one she's going to have a friend, but then they're going to get lost, and so it's all about finding her way home. So that's going to be the third one. So yeah, Shiloh the Pocket Pug. You can find it on Amazon. Again, it's really nice for the kids, and so yeah. Now, because it was a children's book, I didn't think we were going to spend a whole lot of time talking about it. So I wanted to spend this next part of the podcast reviewing a book that was written by a friend of mine. He actually is my Aikido instructor. And Aikido is a Japanese martial art. It is the only art that is strictly defensive, and it's really a lovely art. Now, unfortunately, Aikido gets a lot of attention because one of the major movie stars, Steven Seagal, is a practitioner. He studied in Japan. Was one of the very few non-Japanese people who was allowed to open and run a school. So that was quite the accomplishment. He was very good. He was very good. And then, of course, he became a movie star. And so incorporated a lot of his action scenes were some Aikido. But, of course, being a action film star, you got to show lots of over-the-top action scenes. And so it's not true. Like what you see in the movies really isn't true Aikido. But he definitely is a real instructor and real teacher of it. Probably one of the best top instructors in the world. But anyway, Barry, who is my Aikido instructor, he wrote a book. He's written several books actually. Really enjoyed them, the ones that I've read. And the one I want to talk about it's called The Return of the Magi. And so I'm going to put this up here. I'll pause and we'll put a better image. And so it's Barry Kukovich. He wrote it. It's available, of course, on Amazon. And this is a very interesting tale because it picks up, basically, it's a story about a young man who starts hearing who lives outside of Israel, Palestine area, and more towards I guess areas of Turkey, Iran. And this young man met some of the Magi, and it's a story about the return, going back to the land of Israel, still back in the days of Jesus, and trying to follow the events that happened. And so really well done. He introduces a lot of characters, a lot of biblical characters that you'll know. Really nice job of being able to do what could be, it's okay, I should say it's not a religious book. It's not, asking you to, convert to something, but it is a nice fictional tale that incorporates, biblical characters in good ways. And so really enjoyable. Now, Barry is a really, really good writer. I mean, you can see the text is like font, probably 11, 10, and it's just the whole way the whole book's like this. It's just packed. So if you love to read, this is a book that's packed. Like this book, maybe about half the size, but of course this is all pictures, and this is just real story, and a really good story. Well, he really crafts this well. Tight, moves forward in a logical, consistent way. He really develops characters well. Historically reliable too, because I'm a bit of a history buff, and this is historically as much as we can know about that period. It's pretty historically reliable as far as following the events that have been given and documented. So so The Return of the Magi by Barry Kukovich, very nice book. He lives in Pittsburgh. He's got some other books too that I think you'll enjoy. The one about the wolves we'll do another time, because I tell you what, I read that book. That gave me literally gave me nightmares. That's how well written it was, how true and believable the book was. So great. Well, so that'll conclude this portion of the podcast, and we will have Hanshin Hank up next, and followed by Charlie Cleanwell from the DeathStar. He made it back to the DeathStar after a couple weeks of travel. And then, then we have Count Vlad following up towards the end here. And Count Vlad, of course, now has his own Castle Talk show, which he's doing good with. So we'd like to thank you all for watching and listening, and have a wonderful day. Hey everybody, it's hold on a second, hold on. Hey everybody, Charlie Cleanwell here. Yep, made it back to the DeathStar, and took a while, pretty long trip to get back here, but I'm back at work, so everything's going good. Got some news for everyone. I think you'll enjoy this. So apparently, while I was away, it was a big incident that happened. Y'all know that Darth is up here, and so is Kylo Ren. He came in, and apparently when I was gone, Kylo stopped in and had some meetings with the Emperor and stuff about what they got going on and whatever the business is. And apparently during the lunch break, Kylo walks in and he goes, "Hey Darth, hey Darth," and Darth said, "What?" And Kylo pulls out his lightsaber and goes, "I think my lightsaber's bigger than yours." Oh my gosh, Darth got so upset. Apparently he's still sulking about it. So he started getting onto the steroids. He's been juicing. Yep, he's been juicing. That's he's trying to become like the ladies' man, like Captain Kirk, right? But unfortunately, Darth is Darth. It's just big walking robot. With that big. Yeah, he's having trouble there. But he yeah, now he's trying to force this. Here, get it? Force. Now he's trying to force everyone this, saying that he gives good Darth. Okay, and it's like, what? Come on, Darth, you're trying too hard, right? But he's real upset, and Kylo's got that really cool helmet, that. Yeah. So, Kylo was really rubbing it in. He's like, the Emperor's new favorite. And so Darth is just, he's been beside himself. And then, of course, with the icing on the cake was during one of the meetings with all the generals and Darth and Kylo. They're all in a room, and the Emperor, secretly gave a zap to Darth, who then had to get up and leave the room because, when the Emperor gives you a little zap with his lightning hands, it makes you like lose yourself. And so apparently Darth pooped his pants. So instead of getting that nice nickname of, ladies' man, or he gives good Darth, or whatever he's trying to go for, now he's getting the nickname of Darth poop his pants Vader. And of course, that means for me, I got to go into the room, into his little egg shell, and then I got to clean it up all the time, and he's in there weeping. I go in there for scheduled time to clean, and he's still in there bawling his eyes out, and I hear him, "Padme, they're so mean to me, Padme." It's like, come on, Darth, grow up, grow a set, right? Or maybe that's his problem, I don't know, but anyway, lots of going on up here. There's been another big rumor going around that I've heard when I got. There's been a lot of gossip going, but the rumor is that Luke is secretly gay for Han Solo, and I heard about this because apparently Luke got lost out in a snowstorm, one of those planets. And, Han Solo found him riding one of those big animals in the snow. And then, in order to keep warm, Hans sliced open the gut, got the guts out. And remember, this is on that ice planet, right, where temperatures are like minus 200. And so, they both crawled in. And, Hans has they all wear these recording devices so we can, the people, we can all hear what's going on. And apparently, when Han got Luke in there, and then, Han Solo got in after he made the little igloo, he got in himself, and we hear Luke going, jackpot. So has really been a bad that's been circulating around here on DeathStar. So yeah, we've got a lot of things going on. It's been good to be back. I gotta say, um, the Emperor is experimenting with getting some eye vision for the stormtroopers, which I think would be a really good idea. Because quite honestly, those guys, they couldn't hit a backside of the barn with their saber, lightsaber. I mean, with their light gun, saber gun, what force guns, boom, boom, boom. They couldn't hit the side of a barn. Those guys are terrible. The problem is they can't see anything, right? They're all cloned, and the original clone had the bad eyes, and so they all got it, right? And so it's like, if you're in a gunfight with a bunch of stormtroopers, do you know where the safest place to be is? It's right in the middle of their fire, because you're not going to get hit. You're going to hit everywhere else, but not where you're at. So we're going to have to see what's going to go on with that vision plan. Hopefully, it is something that they do. And yeah, so what was I going to talk about? I was supposed to be talking about a book, but unfortunately, all my supplies haven't gotten here yet. So when they transport us, you get the sentient being transport, right? So all the humans and all the other aliens, we all get on the board, and we fly up to the Death Star. It takes forever to get here, but then our stuff is sent by another transport, a little bit slower, so still coming. But yeah, that'll get in, and then I'll start up on the next book, since we reviewed Darth Plagueis and all. But yeah, anyway, it's good to be back. Hope you enjoyed this bit, and yeah, we'll see y'all again soon. Charlie Cleanwell out. Hey everybody, Hanshin Hank here, back. Yeah, so it's good to see you all and talk to you all. I with Hanshin Tigers 2024 season is opened. They are 4-5 right now, 9 games played. They are in the middle of the pack. There's one team, the Yokohama team, is doing really good. They're like, lost 2 games so far, but everybody else is kind of like us. They're either 4-5 or 5-4. So we're right in the midst of the hunt, so which is good. Don't want to be slipping too far down, but yeah, today I wanted to kind of address something which I heard. It was on this Count Vlad's Castle Talk show, which he just started, and apparently him and some witch named Batty or Flappy or Biddy or Booty or something like that. They were talking some smack about me, saying that hey, I got stuck on Philosopher's Stone. I never moved forward with the book review, and you know what? That was very hurtful. That was very hurtful. I was not pleased, not happy about that. So I'm gonna give my rebuttal. The Philosopher's Stone is a pretty serious book, very deep book. There's a lot of things that go on that you just can't gloss over. Okay, so let me just say, I just for example, all right, I started playing the Hogwarts Legacy game, and if you all are interested in Hogwarts Legacy, I'll even put some of my game plan up, and you guys can watch it. And I'll show you how I'm doing with it, because just like there's a lot involved, even just when you get into the initial castle and trying to figure out what where you're going to go. You're going to be which house. Are you going to be a Gryffindor? You're going to be a Ravenclaw? You're going to be a Hufflepuff? You're going to be a Slytherin? Those are big decisions. And then I also heard there was some criticism about the Sorting Hat, and the Sorting Hat not knowing what it's doing. Well, let me tell you, the Sorting Hat got the fellow with 2 thumbs pointing right. That's me. Put me in Ravenclaw. And gotta be honest, I was a bit surprised. I kind of thought myself that I was going to either be put in Slytherin or maybe Hufflepuff. I thought I was going to be put in Hufflepuff, to be honest. That's kind of where I thought I was going to end up, because I love gardening. I love, planting and things like that. But yeah, put me in Ravenclaw. I was a little surprised. I actually didn't think I belonged in Ravenclaw, but I like it. think I made a good choice. So, kudos to the Sorting Hat and for Aunt Flappy and Biddy and Count Vlad. There you go. Sorting Hat got it right. I will go ahead and then with my Hogwarts Legacy, I'll put some game shots up for you guys next couple series. If you want it, if you want to see it, I'll be happy to do it. I'm not the best gamer in the world, but I do enjoy that, so it's a good one. Now, I wanted to bring up a point here too that there's a secret house at Hogwarts because like those two Vlad and Flappy were talking about Neville Longbottom, or was it maybe Biddy? I don't know who he was talking to about it, but Neville Longbottom. And there was a point that was made that at first they thought he was a squib, right? He didn't have any magical powers. Of course he did. He ended up. But there is a house in Hogwarts that's for squibs. Bet you didn't know that. It's true. So this is a secret house, okay? And they don't have any magical power. But what they do is they have jujitsu. That's right. They all practice jujitsu. And so they all wear this necklace that says, I do jujitsu. And they go around to the other students, like in Gryffindor and Hufflepuff and Slytherin, they say, read this. And then the students will say, I do jujitsu. And they would say, no, you don't. I do. So apparently, the reason was because one of their, the professor who runs this house, the secret house, started doing jiu-jitsu. And now he's a big fan, and he has all his students do it because they don't have magical powers. So what he claims is, well, if you don't have magical powers, then we're going to take you down and choke you out. So that's the reason for it. They do say they can beat Lord Voldemort. Well, that's what they say. I don't think it's true. You just get zapped before you take them down. But but there's a big controversy there because apparently one of the professors in Ravenclaw knew Kempo, and there was actually a bit of a scuffle between the House of Jiu-Jitsu's professor and the Ravenclaw's professor, and the Ravenclaw Kempo apparently won. And after beating the Ravenclaw professor goes, Kempo rules. So now we have a group of Ravenclaws who wear this, Kempo rules necklace pendant. And so when the secret house comes up and they like, read my pendant, and they say, I do jujitsu, and then they go, no, you don't, I do. They'll just pull theirs out, and they'll go, Kempo rules. Oh, and there's always a big commotion when that happens. So, little known fact about the goings on there in the house in the Hogwarts that you didn't know. Now you do. So, all right, well, I will get back to moving forward with our Harry Potter series. I do enjoy the books, and I do enjoy the movies, and I do enjoy all the fan fiction, everything that goes along with the game, of course, Hogwarts Legacy, and also we'll be talking about that in the near next couple episodes. We'll kind of get back on track with our Hogwarts books. But yeah, so just wanted to let you know, though, that the game Hogwarts Legacy is really good. If you're a fan, I could recommend this game because, you get to the Hogwarts, you get sorted, you meet people, you go to classes. That's really fun. I've been really liking it. So there's a shameless plug for a Nintendo game or Warner Brothers game or whoever did it. I think it's Warner Brothers, but all right. We'll talk to you all again soon. Go Hanshin. Hello everyone, and welcome to my castle. This is Count Vlad. Count Vlad Oshashki Duriet Donatelli. And I am very, very happy to be here with you today. They also call me Count Vlad, or the Vampiro Casanova. That's right, a Vampiro Casanova. You know where that came from? Yeah. I was I was in the Sabine, and the people kept saying to me, you know, Casanova, Casanova, and they're like, I'm like, that's right, I am Casanova. That's right. I think they, but then some people say they were telling me not to go to their house, but anyway, it stuck, at least in my mind. So, as you know, I was traveling around a bit. I retained a bat, and I was flying, and I flew all the way up to where Count Fangora lives. That's right. And I wanted to see him so badly, but he would not come and see me. No, very, very upset. But as you saw, I got to interview Aunt uh, Flappy and Aunt Biddy. And that was very nice interviews. That's right. They came into my castle. They poofed. They're witches, and they poofed into my castle. And then we had a nice talk. We talked about Harry Potter, and yes, it was very good, very good. And so now I am back. They got me on the podcast, and I'm also going to do my own castle talk. So you're going to hear this intro twice if you listen to both. So I want to talk about something that's coming up this week. We have the eclipse. That's right, the eclipse is coming. And we will have, in some parts of the country, really total darkness. And I'm going to show, next year, I'm going to show the image that we should be getting. So you can see that it's going to be dark. So what I am going to do, kind of Vlad, I am going to fly up that path. Yep, I'm going to fly up that path and be able to go out in the daytime without any worry. Right? I'm not going to get hit with the sun because I have the moon protecting me. So, but I decided to Google on the internet about the eclipse, and this is what I got. The movie Twilight. Oh my gosh, how much fun! I got to even look at the movie Twilight. I was talking about Twilight a couple of weeks ago. How much I enjoyed it. You know, you have the the Edward and then the Wolf Boy, and you know they're all such good characters. And we all know that Edward was actually Cedric from Harry Potter, but that's another time, topic for another time. And so I was just looking at this eclipse. I've got so many eclipses going on now. Got the movie eclipse, I got the eclipse happening. Oh, such a good time to be here and be alive. Well, of course, I don't die. I'm always alive, right? I'm a vampire. Lots of friends. You know, I got my new witch friends, which were very nice. And then I have my vampire friends. Not so, sometimes not always so nice. I get accused of things. Like Count Fangora. He always says he thinks I'm a proctologist. I don't know where that came from or why. It has something to do with a funeral we went to, but I don't know. Oh, I am getting a phone call. Let me see. Oh, it is my good friend Count Fangora calling.
On your show, you have talked about Eclipse, the movie, right? No, it's Twilight, dumbass. Pay attention. You talked about Interview with the Vampire.
Oh, with Tom Cruise? Yes, yes, and Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, yes.
Yes, I want to let you know, so you know that I'm a ladies' man, and the ladies of the night really love the Fangora. They say I give good fangs. Anyways, I was up for both of those parts in that movie back in the day. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Which part? Both parts.
They actually wanted me to play the parts of Brad Pitt, but guess what happened? They said I was too good looking, so they picked Brad Pitt. And you know what happened? I said, okay, I'll do Tom Cruise's part. They said that I was too tall, so they went with Tom Cruise. What the fuck about that? I don't know. It's not right. But I'll tell you this. I found out that during the interview process, they had went and saw a proctologist before the interview, and apparently it was you. Is it true?
No.
Oh, you don't want to talk about
no,
it.
I was not.
That's a little bit of the part, and they said I was too good looking and I was too tall. And then they had both of those yin yangs. What the heck?
Did you meet Tom Cruise? Did you meet him?
Oh, I met him. You know, you're like a Mission Impossible. You really are. You can't even accept it that you suck.
I happen to enjoy the Mission Impossible. I enjoy Tom Cruise.
What kind of laugh was that?
All
Was that
fight,
like a Donald Duck laugh?
all 5 foot, all 5'2" of him. I enjoy his movies.
I bet you do.
Okay, all right. That's my friend.
I'll
Count
see
Frank.
you later, Count Intestinal Track.
Okay, goodbye. Okay, well, Count Fangora obviously has some.
I hope the button. Sorry, I'm the funny one.
Okay, I'm going to hang up now. But that was the most interesting call. You know, your friends, well, what can you do? They are who they are. So, I will see you again very soon. We'll come back and have a wonderful evening, everyone. And as I like to say, adieu.